Aspects in our life that require intentionality. In my previous video, I mentioned the importance of asking yourself the question, does this serve me? This is critical in order to have a balance in your life. It will save you from allowing unnecessary things in your life by allowing you to think clearly of who or what you would like to include in your surroundings and environment. Two of the aspects in our lives that require intentionality are in the area of people and places. By people, I mean those we are surrounded by on a day-to-day basis. They include our family, friends, classmates, colleagues, or acquaintances. It is important to ask ourselves whether being in this particular circle serves you, or if it contributes to the foundation of the woman you are building and preparing yourself to become. We should always remember that people come into our lives for a reason, season, or lifetime. Once we have understood this, we will be able to know where to classify people in our lives, and as a result, we will know who to keep and when to let go of certain people. Some friendships should end at school or at the gym, while others should end once you get off the 6 a.m. bus that you take. In other words, not everyone should be invited into your house or should be given invitations into your personal life. Not everyone should be given the privilege of going into your haven. Some things are better off that way. God has graced certain people for you. There are some people that we just have to let go of, to cut ties with and move on. And there are some people that we just have to fight for. And the challenge of life is being able to know who to fight for and who to let go of. The only way to choose the right circle of friends is to know your life's purpose and vision. We have all heard of the saying, "Show me your friends and I'll show you your future." Other versions say, "Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are." These two sayings are very true to a large extent, because bad company corrupts good character. One rotten potato spoils the whole bag, and too many cooks will spoil the broth. Having too many opinions in your life and allowing people to dictate or influence the way you live your life is a recipe for disaster. When the friendship season has run out, don't feel bad for wanting to end it. Feeling bad for ending a friendship that has passed its season does not necessarily mean that you have made a wrong decision. Distance yourself from people that bring out the person you are trying your hardest not to be anymore. Sometimes God removes us from tables where we used to sit because He wanted to save us from the poison that they were serving. And most importantly, never feel ashamed to say no. If you need to say no, make sure to say it with all your heart, because the distractions of the world will rob your hunger for God, your vision, your purpose, and your future. Make it a priority to guard and protect your vision and your purpose. Living a life of intentionality means that you cultivate your friendships as well. We need to learn to look out for one another and to pray for each other and to take out time to call or text one another. And most importantly, to prioritize some time to meet up with our friends in order to bond with one another. With the same breath, we need to also understand that with age comes responsibilities. So not everyone will be available all the time, and that does not make them bad people. Neither does it mean that they want nothing to do with you. Another aspect in our lives that calls for intentionality is in the area of places and environments. Always remember to ask yourself the question, does going to this place serve me? The only way to decide whether the place you are going to is serving you or not is by asking yourself if the certain environment aligns with your values, your character that you would want to strengthen, or the reputation that you are trying to maintain. In other words, you may ask yourself the questions: will going to this place align with my values as a daughter of God? When I go to this environment, will it add value to my character? It is okay to outgrow certain environments, people, vibes. When seeds are planted, they are put into tiny flower pots with just enough soil for it to grow. Once its roots are grown, it is transferred into bigger flower pots. If it is not transferred into bigger flower pots, the roots will be tangled up and choke the plants, and as a result, the plant will not get an adequate amount of water, soil, and oxygen, and therefore, it will die. Growth is defined as a living thing that undergoes natural development by increasing in size and changing physically. Simply put, growth is the process of increasing in size. So can be said for us human beings. When we decide to live a life of intentionality, our eyes open up. We see things for what they are and not what we wish for them to become. When we see that the environment that we are in is no longer watering us or accommodating our needs, we do not sit around and hope for the certain environment to adjust to the person we are evolving into. Because in reality, environments do not adjust themselves to us as people. They require us to either fit in or to look for other places to fit into. We rather should search for environments that we fit right into, that aligns with our values, reputation, and character. When a flower does not bloom, we fix the environment and not the flower. A visual representation of this would be a seed that has been planted for a couple of days, but is not sprouting. The soil may be malnourished or too dry. It could also be a seed that is planted too shallow or have roots or weeds from other plants that will entangle the roots of the seed, steal its nutrition, and eventually kill it. Ask yourself, how can I be more intentional in my life when it comes to the people I am surrounded by? How will the places I go to and the environments that I am in contribute to my growth? And remember, does this serve me?